Welcome to 5 at 5. And if your team is 2 points clear at the top of the Premier League with a game in hand, destroy that like button. I'm so glad to be able to say that again. And listen, this weekend has been brilliant. We've definitely had our cake. And now Tottenham are about to play West Ham. I'm recording this just as they're about to kick off. Fingers crossed we get icing on the cake as well to make it not just a good weekend, but a perfect one. Let's get into my 5 at 5. Number 1, where else can I start? Man City drew. I had to do a second take of this because at first I said Man City lost. That's how it feels. It felt like Nottingham Forest went and got the winner there. You know, after Arsenal did their bit against Aston Villa, I thought to myself, look, Man City, they're going to step up and respond. There have been times this season when Man City have dropped points and Arsenal have had to go and win the game to make sure that we show everyone we can deal with the pressure and we're not sort of caving under the pressure of having to take advantage of our rivals. The onus was on Man City this time. We played first, somehow got that win, and Man City couldn't do it. If that was Arsenal, everyone would be saying, oh, they bottled it, they can't handle the pressure. But you know what? I think what this weekend tells us is that there's plenty of twists and turns left to go in this Premier League season. Now look, basically what we had here was what you'd usually associate with a European game hangover. But actually it wasn't European, it was just a midweek game, Arsenal versus Man City. And what that tells me is that come March, when Arsenal are back in Europa League action, and obviously Man City are already in Champions League action next week, we're going to see potentially a lot more of this, where a team is looking to bounce back from a big game in the middle of the week. Man City obviously weren't able to do it, but I personally think that Arsenal as well as Man City, we saw a drop-off in the performance levels. Arsenal got out of jail this weekend. There's plenty of twists and turns to go. So if another weekend Arsenal drop points and Man City gain some on us, we don't need to panic. We don't need to start saying our team are bottlers. We don't need to throw our toys out the pram. Back the boys right until the very end because there's so much more to go. It's been a very good weekend of football so far. I'm filming this whilst West Ham are playing Tottenham. Hopefully we can have the icing on the cake if they somehow batter the Spuds. Come on, Arsenal. Brilliant week. Number 2, and I want to talk about a goalkeeper that had a massive say in how the match went. And no, I'm not talking about Emilio Martinez because everyone is talking about him. I'm talking about Aaron Ramsdale and an unbelievable save that he pulled out at 2-2, which could have seen Arsenal basically lose the game from Leon Bailey. Now, he didn't get enough credit for this save, and it was an incredible save because of what happened afterwards. But that's why I like to do this 5 at 5 and to talk about some of the moments in the game that either people missed at the time or actually deserve a bit more credit. And this is absolutely one of them. An unbelievable save from Aaron Ramsdale that was so important because if he didn't do that, we don't go on to do everything else that we did. So well done, Aaron Ramsdale. Unbelievable save. Even Gabriel as well pulled off a brilliant tackle in the penalty area. And if you got that wrong, it could have been a penalty. Little moments like that go unnoticed when you go and get such a crazy winning goal and then another crazy goal to make it 4-2. Things like that do go unnoticed. But listen, have to give those players credit for keeping us in the game to make sure that we get a sniff of the 3 points. Well done, Aaron Ramsdale. And well done, Gabriel, as well. Number 3, another player I have to talk about is Jorginho. I hope you have all written your letters of apologies to him. Anyone that slated him and basically wrote him off before he even started with Arsenal, he's had a massive impact. And anyone that says, oh, it was an own goal, I'm not even talking about the goal. The goal was brilliant, but yeah, he got a massive slice of luck, even though he hit it brilliantly well and deserves all of that luck. I'm talking general performance. He came in against City, which is an unbelievably tough game, and I thought he did quite well. Clearly, look, he's never going to be as physically dominant as a Thomas Partey. He's never going to get around the pitch as much, but did very well on the ball and did well when he came in against Man City. And so we kind of expected him to play in this game against Villa. And you know what? No player successfully completed more passes than Jorginho in the game against Aston Villa. No Arsenal player, at least. I haven't looked at the Villa player stats. And that might be surprising to everyone. People might think, now, surely Erdegaard or one of the defenders playing the ball out from the back, Gabriel, for example, or Zinchenko, who gets on the ball a lot. But no, you heard that right. With 71 successfully completed passes, no Arsenal player had more passes. That just shows you Jorginho was central to so much of what we did. A lot of the time he picked up the ball, he played forward, tidy passes. He was very, very good. So he deserves a lot of credit. And those people that slated him and wrote him off, hopefully you're getting right behind them now and you are sending your apologies. Well played, Jorginho. Pre-celebrations. Listen, who doesn't love a pre-celebration? It's one of those things in football that you don't see very often, but I loved it. The cockiness, the passion, everything about it. It's just one of those things that puts a smile on your face, seeing Martinelli put his arms out as he's running through on goal, and we all know what's about to come. Massive moment in the game, took out all the nerves, let us wait till full time with a smile on our face. Otherwise you're thinking, oh my God, what if we draw 3-3? But you know what? It wasn't just Martinelli that did the pre-celebration. I loved the reaction from Fabio Vieira. When he plays that pass through to Martinelli, you could see the relief, the happiness of knowing that he had played that pass to perfection. He had timed it, waited for the gap to open up. Martinelli had carried his run. There was no sort of mess up there, and his reaction showed how much it meant to him, and the passion that he displayed really just showed how much it meant to him and all of the team. Even Saliba was absolutely busting a gut to join in with that counter-attack. And as soon as he saw that ball played through by Fabio Vieira, he just stopped jogging. He stopped sprinting and just started jogging. He was happy knowing that we were going to score. Fun moment in the game. And you know what? Those sorts of pre-celebrations and what Mikel Arteta did, imitating the referee, which, yeah, a bit of childishness, but, you know, he was massively involved in the game. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm a different person on the football pitch, so I can kind of relate. That's going to make people hate us. That sort of cockiness and all of that. But listen, who cares, man? Arsenal against the world. That's what it's felt like at times with stupid VAR decisions and forgetting to draw the lines. And if we can carry on grinding out results, nothing else matters. Hopefully we get pre-celebrations, post-celebrations, all the celebrations coming our way. Number 5, and talking about celebrations, angering the celebration police, I'm sure. Now I'm going to talk about the defensive concerns, and yet the defensive police need to come out in full effect on this one. Arsenal haven't kept a clean sheet in our last 6 games. For a team who had a brilliant defensive record before the World Cup, in the first half of the season, where Ramsdale and Nick Pope were going toe-to-toe for the clean sheet Golden Glove Award, Arsenal have just defensively not been at the same level. In fact, we've conceded the opening goal in the last 4 of our last 5 Premier League games. That makes life very tough when you're continuously chasing the game. So we need to make sure we're tidier at the back. Conceding after 5 minutes against Villa is just not good enough. Saliba for that first goal was awful. Jorginho didn't challenge the counter-attack. Zinchenko gave the ball away. It's just too many errors, and we cannot think that we're going to go and win the league if we're continuously going a goal down in important Premier League games. In our last 11 games, we've only kept 2 clean sheets. It needs to get better. And look, I think Arteta knows what his first choice defence is. It's Ben White, it's Zinchenko, Gabriel and Saliba. And he has played around with it a little bit recently, but they've done the business so far this season. Yes, Ben White wasn't on great form and there was therefore dropped against Man City. But his return against Villa was also a return to form. I thought he did really well. And Zinchenko, who's been a little bit shaky recently with performances, that goal that he scored, hopefully, will see him get all of his confidence back. Saliba, first half, not great. Second half, I thought he was really good again. Dealt with Ollie Watkins brilliantly. So hopefully we can improve our defensive record a little bit and go on and get 3 points every week for the foreseeable future. Thank you for watching the 5 at 5, and thank you, Emi Martinez, for 2 very crucial goals. Let me know in the comments below our next 5 games. Leicester away, Everton, Bournemouth both at home, Fulham and Palace both away. Takes us right up until the end of March. Those 5 Premier League games, how many points do you think Arsenal will get? If we start April and we've got 15 points, oh my God, the excitement is going to be palpable. Let me know how many points out of 15. I'm going to say 13 points. 4 wins and a draw. That's what I think Arsenal will get, and I'd bite your hand off for that right now. Come on, Arsenal. Hit subscribe if you haven't already.